How many of you out here are looking for jobs? Pretty much everybody. Okay. I talk about why education is important for businesses, but we're going to focus more on why education and training might be important for you guys. I talk quietly. Can you hear me? Okay. Who can tell me why education is important in general? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to hear you anyway. How many of you would want to go to a doctor who had gotten their information off of a buddy off the street? How about how many of you would want to take a car to a mechanic who had been trained by their 5-year-old daughter? When it comes to cannabis, I believe that we need to be trained even more, because a lot of people may be coming to us recreationally, but I find, and I'm completely making this stat up, but I think it's fairly true, at least 50% of the people who are coming in are self-medicating, whether they may realize they're doing that or not. So the more knowledge we have when we're telling them what will help them or what won't help them is going to have them have a better experience, and you may end up benefiting them beyond their desire to relax or, just think they're wanting to get high. Suddenly they're going to find there's other things that are going to help them in that situation. There's a number of reasons why education is important to the industry. I believe most of it stems from the first thing up here, overcoming incorrect information. There's so many, I don't like to call them lies, but there have been a lot of lies out there that have damaged our industry for a very long time. That, I believe, is what has blocked legalization for so long. And in order to overcome those incorrect pieces of information, we have to have education, and we have to be able to take that education and give it to those around us. Most of and I don't mean to pick on a party, but most of the Republicans I know, the ones who are behind cannabis, it's because they've had a personal friend or somebody they know who actually benefited from it, or they've seen the medical evidence of it. For example, I'm sure most of you have seen the information about Dr. Sanjay Gupta when he had his change of heart. I believe it was a combination of the two for him. If it hadn't been for, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that little girl that he met, he probably never would have looked into the science behind it. But once he got educated about that, he did an about face, and now I believe has helped our industry in a big way come back and move forward in the way we'd like it to. Through that, overcoming the incorrect information, we're going to be able to advance legalization throughout the other states. Already we're seeing a lot of states, Georgia, Tennessee, hopefully, things like that, possibly legalizing oils, but I think that's just the first step, and as we educate the legislators more and more, we're going to see that coming about in every single state. I'm trying to make it quick here because I've only got 15 minutes. Why is training important to employers? I do consulting for a number of different dispensaries, and one of the things I focus on is the user experience as they're going through the dispensary. And part of that is they're coming to that dispensary because they may not have a lot of knowledge about the different types of cannabis, how to medicate, various things like that. The more knowledgeable that employee is at the dispensary, the more likely they are to come back to that same dispensary. If they ask you which strain is going to help me for neuropathy, and you have this blank look come over your face, they're probably not going to come back to you personally or that dispensary in general. So if you can give them information that's going to help, they're going to want to come back to that dispensary. Through that, it leads to better customer service. Additionally, I can't tell you how many people within this industry have told me things such as, cannabis will make you a safer driver. For some people who have smoked all their lives, that may be true, but for most new smokers, that is not going to be the case. And unfortunately, even for those who have been smoking for a long time, it still decreases your reaction times, things like that. So telling your new user who comes in the door, oh, you're going to be fine to smoke and drive, could end up causing liability to come back on the employer. How many of you know which cannabinoid can actually suppress the appetite? It's actually THCV that can do that, but not in its smoke form. But that's the sort of thing that you can tell your people. They can whiz it up in a smoothie, things like that, and they're going to walk away with this wow factor saying, I learned so much good stuff there today. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect me that way, and it'd be much better if it did. Why is education important to you as a job seeker? One, even if you have a lot of history in the industry, I can't tell you how many times I have people coming up and saying, I'm a master grower, or I know everything about cannabis. You start prying into that a little bit, and they have a lot of wonderful anecdotal evidence, but they may not actually have much fact behind that. So by actually knowing what you're talking about through education or training, whatever group you're getting that education through, you're going to have a much higher chance of actually getting hired. Once again, that goes back to the employer wanting to know that their employees know what they're talking about. I've seen a number of our students, after taking our courses, who have actually advanced advanced faster through the ranks of the organization they were with, because once the employer realized their level of knowledge, they decided that that was somebody they may have wanted on their management team, various things like that. So, not that that's really one of the most important reasons, it's something that can help your path to success also. Additionally, whether you're employed in the industry or not, the more education you have, the better of an advocate you're going to be for the industry itself, helping to move everything forward. How many of you knew that fact about THC being stronger than, aspirin? I've actually used it myself a number of times for reducing inflammation. Are all of you from Eastern Washington? No? Where are you from? Oh, okay, wow. And how many of you are looking for jobs in the cultivation industry? Yes. How about dispensary? I wish I could come down there without getting feedback, because I'm curious what you guys are looking to work at. How about yourself? Are you just looking in the field? Tell you what, guys, since there's so few people, I'm going to come down there just so we can talk.